Hey, it's me again, Ted Hayes, civil rights activist, homeless activist. You know me, we're carrying on with the matter of black lives. What's the matter with black lives? Black lives matter, and this is why. We were talking in the last segment about the 14th Amendment and the Civil Rights Act of 1866 being one and the same law that gives us credence as to who we are. Now, let me explain something to you. This document, this law is so important to us that if someone took it from us or someone diluted it, that would be the end of us as a people. We'll no longer have an identity as a people. If you take the Torah, the Tanakh, the Hebrew Holy Scriptures, away from the Jews, you have no more Jews. That's who they are. You read it, oh, that's what a Jew is. You understand, this is a Jew. The book tells you what a Jew is. You read the Constitution, and you read the 14th Amendment, the 13th, the 14th, and the 15th Amendment, particularly the 14th Amendment, with this mother, the progenitor, and interpreter, the Civil Rights Act, the Congressional Act, combined as one body. You take that away from us, we ain't us no more. We ain't us no more. And a person who doesn't know who he or she is or are, will be defined by others. And if that person doesn't know its estate rights or its inheritance rights, and never, therefore, not access those rights by law, others will take those rights. And if this person, doesn't know their name, who they are, what they are, others will steal it and use their name, their benefits for themselves. It's bad enough that we are suffering in disproportionate ways to everybody else in this country. And as I said earlier, that's due to the way our ancestors were brought into this country. It's bad enough that some people by our federal government has come into our country illegally, has broken through our borders illegally, have overstayed their visas in visiting this country, our country, illegally. It's bad enough that they have come in over the last generation or so, undermining our ability to work as a people and gain a living. Our housing is being rifled out from under us. Our neighborhoods, we can no longer go in certain neighborhoods that once belonged to us because those neighborhoods now are filled with people who speak foreign languages, primarily Spanish of some sort. We're being ethno-racially cleansed out of our urban centers and neighborhoods, from particularly Los Angeles, which we call the capital of the sanctuary city movement, to Chicago, to Charlotte, to Baltimore, to New York, to all the urban centers, even small towns, even Aberdeen, Maryland, north of Baltimore, have foreigners taking welfare, everything. In LA, we're being ethno-racially cleansed. I think it's like this was the second largest school district in the country. I think there's like maybe 14 black male principals left. Black teachers are being pushed out. In fact, it's to the point to where if a person, particularly a black person, says, I have questions about immigration, I have questions about how this is affecting my people, I have questions about various things, and you'll be called a racist Black as we are, we're being called racist if we express an opinion in our country. We may get fired. We may get demoted. We for sure ain't going to get promoted. You might get hurt in some neighborhoods. There's some neighborhoods you can't even walk anymore as black folks, especially young black men. It's bad. As bad as that is, and taking over the education, even the prisons, the brothers got to put up with that every day. As bad as that is, folks, and hey, we even get shot down. Y'all heard of Jamil Shaw, little young black football player, high school boy from L.A. You probably seen his dad on television with Donald Trump. Jamil Shaw Sr. Yeah, he was shot down by one of these foreigners who was in a gang, and he shot this black young man, about my complexion, if not darker, shot him to death right in front of his father's house. Why? Simply because he was black. I don't get it. A lot of us, we don't get it. We do not get why these people hate us. And they're Caucasians. If you look at their birth certificates, they're Caucasian, they're white people. They want to come off as some kind of colored race or something or another. They ain't. They're white people. They're Spaniard white people. And for some reason, they don't like us. They call us mayates. Worse than a nigger. See? And I don't want to go into detail right now, but the point I'm trying to make is this, y'all. That's bad. This is like Jim Crow all over again. We call it Juan Crow, but that's bad. But you know what? You know what's really bad? What's really bad? What's really bad is the fact that these folks have been told by our federal government, my rogue federal government, have told these folks that when one of their women come into our country illegally, and that woman gets pregnant and has a baby in the geopolitical borders, within the geopolitical borders of the United States of America, or she comes here pregnant and happens to have that baby here, or lives just on the other side of the border, gets pregnant over there, comes across the border of the United States and has the baby in an American hospital and then goes back across the border with that baby. That baby's a citizen. That baby, they say, is considered a United States citizen. You know what they base that on? They base that on the matter of black lives' existence in the United States of America. They base that on your national birth certificate, your identity rights. Nothing in the body of this law identifies illegal aliens. It does not identify Hispanic Latinos. It does not identify Asian. Did you know that there are people come from Asia to the United States, to hotels, specially set up hotels, to have their babies, so their babies get your matter. And then they go back to Korea, and anytime they want to come here and deal with the matters and the benefits that belongs to your black matter, they can come and do that. Did you know that? No, you didn't know that. Of course you didn't know that. Because if you knew that, you wouldn't be out here doing what you're doing. You'd be working with me or on your own somewhere fighting this thing. And be asking the African American leaders who were given the guardianship of our matters to be fighting this thing and stopping it. But yet, if you find out, every one of the African American leaders are in cahoots with the theft, your identity theft of your matter of black lives here. I'm sorry, I shouldn't get like that. My apologies to you. But you can feel the burn, can't you? Yeah, we've been this is what Malcolm X tried to tell us about our African American leaders before y'all was born. You ever hear that statement? Black people, you've been hoodwinked. Black people, you've had the wool pulled over your eyes. Black people, you've been bamboozled. You've been run amok. That's what he was talking about. One generation later, here they are. These folks are giving away that which our ancestors suffered from. Feel the burn. Black Lives Matter. They're stealing your identity. They're stealing our birthright. Now, I'm going to show you how we're going to get this back. And we ain't going to be hating on nobody, okay? We ain't going to be getting all upset and banging our fists into walls and acting stupid. We ain't going to be mad. We're going to be angry. But we're going to be concise and clear. And we're going to get our birthright corrected. And those who have stolen it are going to give it up, like the human beings that they are, because a lot of them don't know that they have violated us. They really don't. The campesinos and compañeros that I know, they don't know. They didn't mean to do this. It ain't their fault. It's our federal government. They allowed this to happen. But nevertheless, their citizenship can no longer stand. Not in this country. They got to own their own country. This belongs to us and only us. This is Ted Hayes, civil rights homeless activist, coming out the wilderness for you and me and our children.